Dead from the Beer to Whiskey pop-up studios on the taproom floor of the Greenville Beer Exchange, or GBX as we sometimes call it, on the seemingly never-ending block and a half of South Lawrence Street in glorious downtown Greenville, South Carolina. I'm Russ Heaps, and welcome to this episode of Old Guys and Old Movies. And that's where my good buddy here, Big John Richards, who is our beer whisperer slash certified cicerone, whisper. And we watch a movie, which we then report on to you. We pass our knowledge and experience of that movie on to you, and John pairs a beer with it. The movie, because we did one of these and we never did say what the movie was. The movie we're doing is a 1994 release called True Lies. It's a Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, and it also stars Jamie Lee Curtis. We'll talk a little bit more about the people who are in it, but it's a sort of a cross between a romcom and a Bond film, and so it's a little bit of adventure, a little bit of comedy. Well, actually, a lot of comedy, a lot of adventure, and a lot of comedy.
It's a romp.
It's a romp.
It's certainly not a farce or a send-up of action movies.
No.
It's very much an action movie.
No, right. And it was a huge hit for 1994. John, what you decide
Well, I
to pair
thought
with
something
it?
fun would be, so given that we have a little romp here and it's action-filled and you don't want to look away, you want something easy. You want something that, you don't have to think about or concentrate on. So I've got a Czech dark amber lager, or a Czech amber lager, really, because it's a Polotmavy. And I thought Polotmavy was fun with True Lies because Polotmavy means half dark. And so we got True Lies and we got half dark. So I'm going to pour that up. It's from Shilling. They're out of Littleton, New Hampshire. And they're another one of the probably 3 breweries that I could think of that are the jewels of our lager brewing scene in the United States.
Do they make the beer in a barber shop? What is that?
No.
Okay.
This is
It looks like
not
a
a barber pole.
Sort of.
Sort of.
Morons. I've got morons on my team.
I ask the questions that you would ask. That's my role here.
My role is pour the beer. So, Russ, tell us about the movie.
All right. As I said,
Actually, my role in this particular episode is drink the beer.
well, that was your role in the last one of these
Right.
you did. I didn't let John talk much, which you'll be quite happy about. I'm sure
Indeed.
we should get some positive comments on it. The IMDb rating is 7.3 out of 10, which is pretty darn good. Rotten Tomatoes is 77% audience reviews.
Pretty close to each other. That's fun.
Yeah. The director is the well-known James Cameron, who just released his second Avatar film. Among the stars of this extravaganza are, as I mentioned, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jamie Lee Curtis, Tom Arnold,
And I mean completely empty. She even took the ice cube trays out of the
the
freezer.
very versatile Bill Paxton, and then one of my favorite heartthrobs of the 90s, Eliza Dushku, who played Faith, the other Slayer, in the Buffy Vampire series. Those are the stars. John, I'm going to allow you to speak.
I think I have one quick observation, which I didn't make last night, which I'll happily make today. And that is, and it proves very true in this movie, if we know anything about James Cameron, he knows how to spend some money.
He does.
He blew up the causeway on the friggin' in the Keys.
Yeah.
They must have had a new bridge under construction, and they had to blow up that one anyway.
Yeah.
So
One of the things about True Lies is that there is no CGI. All of it is live action. now.
It's a lot of action.
And there's a lot of action. There are a lot of stunts in it. And they're blowing stuff up. People are getting thrown here and there, and it's spectacular. I mean, it's such a fun movie. Should we drink the beer a minute?
I've already started. You go ahead.
Oh, you already did?
Yeah.
Did we toast or
Yes,
do
we
any of
did.
that? Did we?
We toasted and you didn't drink.
That's
I think.
I think he's wrong, but we'll find that out.
Russ will correct me. It'll be there. Now this so when I watched this movie, I think I just wasn't quite ready for what it was presenting to me, and I was just like, this movie is so absurd. It doesn't make any sense. Nothing about this is right. That can't happen. But watching this movie as an adult now and understanding it for what it is, like there's that scene with the Harrier, and I was like, get out of here. Harriers don't fly like that. But they did. Because someone flew that Harrier that way, and you said something was like, that guy that is some serious piloting going on in that Harrier right now.
Yeah, Harrier is the jet that.
It's a vertical short takeoff landing.
Yeah.
And that's the one that the British developed that has the exhaust manifolds will actually rotate.
Yeah. So I will say the last 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes is you've got to suspend your believability.
Yeah.
Because there are stunts that they actually do, because as I say, they were live action, but that just probably would not happen in real life. I forgot how funny the movie. There are some places where you laugh
hilarious.
out loud. Places where you laugh out loud.
And it's far from a comedy, but it is very witty.
The premise of the thing is, and we've seen this probably a dozen times since this movie came out, but where one of the two of them, in this case, the Arnold Schwarzenegger character, is a spy, doesn't work for the CIA, but works for some super duper secret arm of the CIA or something. And his wife thinks that he's a plumber or a
Computer salesman.
computer salesman. Eliza Dushku plays their smart alecky kid who sort of doesn't seem to like either one of them a whole lot. And it's just the hijinks that come from that. Then her eventual revelation that because they're deep in shit and he's got to get them out, that he's a spy. Do you have anything major you want to say? Okay.
Keep going.
So
Keep rolling.
see, this is what it's like. I know what it's like to be you when we're doing strictly beer thing. But let's talk about the beer a minute, and then I'll come back and talk about a couple of the strange facts that some people may not know about the movie.
So I will say one of the fun things that I actually fairly recently discovered is this Polotmavy thing, and
We did one of those the last show.
we did. And the whole point is you got light lager or pilsner, and that's what the Czech Republic became famous for. But even longer tenured is dark lager in the Czech Republic, and they've got this other thing in the middle that's called Polotmavy. So you have Tmave Pivo, which is the dark lager, and then Polotmavy, which is half dark, getting back towards that thing. So you're getting a little bit of the bite of the pilsner, but and a cleaner body, a little crisper than your traditional dark lager, which is going to be a little more roasty, a little more bready. And this one's just a little toffee sweet. It's got that little bit of bite in the finish, and it's super clean. It's really easy, which is what you want. When you're watching something like this, you don't want to think about what you're drinking or eating. You just want to watch the movie. Because if you look away from this movie for more than about 8 seconds, you've missed something.
This is the kind of movie that brought people into theaters. This was a huge hit. And are you done talking about the beer?
Go.
Stop interrupting me while I am interrupting you!
I'll stop you if I need to. I promise.
I am such a jerk.
I mean, I'll say this for him. He's honest.
I will say, while I have you off the rails for a second, you forgot to include Tia Carrera.
Oh, Tia Carrera. You know, she wasn't listed. I don't think IMDb listed her.
That's crazy talk. She was in the movie.
I know, she was
Played a
big
lot
time.
of. She played a bunch of minutes.
Yeah, sorry, I totally forgot about her. The other thing you might remember her in was Wayne's World.
Yeah.
and she played the heartthrob in the original Wayne's World. So this movie was sort of Schwarzenegger's comeback role. He had done a couple of things prior to that that did not go so well. One of them was Live Action Hero or something,
Yeah.
where he
Something like that.
I'll be back. Ha! You did not gonna say that, did you?
That's what you always say.
I do?
I thought it was a pretty good movie, but it didn't go over well with the critics or the audiences. And then there was something else mixed in there that didn't do well. So Arnold actually found the original script and took it to Cameron. He and Cameron became pals doing the early Terminator stuff. And they spoke all the time, and Cameron calls him up one day. He knows Arnold just didn't come out of his house. When that movie flopped, he just went underground. So Schwarzenegger actually found the original script, which then Cameron rewrote. But Arnold took that script to Cameron and says, this is what I want to do next. That's kind of an interesting tidbit. The other two tidbits revolve around Jamie Lee Curtis. The first one is Cameron really wanted Jamie Lee Curtis. Arnold did not. She showed she had some comedic chops in Fish Called Wanda. So Cameron wanted her. Arnold did not, because Arnold couldn't imagine somebody as good looking as Jamie Lee Curtis being interested in him.
He thought she was out of his league.
Yes. Yeah, that's
Which
what
is-
a succinct way of putting it as I stumble around here trying to do it. Yeah.
I'm here to help, Russ. I told you
Thanks,
I'd
yeah.
interrupt when I needed
boy, oh
to.
boy, you're certainly earning your money today. Wow. Cameron just kept pressuring him. Finally, Schwarzenegger relented, and as it turned out, she was ideal in the part. The other thing is, it's a big deal in terms of when these actors are negotiating their contracts for movies, where they show up in the credits and how they show up in the credits. This movie, Arnold was supposed to be the person that came before the title. That's what they all want, is for their name to come before the title. And so they wrapped the movie, and Cameron is now in the post-production process, which John doesn't know anything about because I do all this. All the editing here.
What would you say you do here?
But
That's why I'm
Cameron's,
so happy to let you get it in post, Russ.
Cameron's in the post-production part of this thing, and he calls Arnold up and he said, hey, how would you feel about including her with you before the title? And Arnold said, I'm fine with it.
No way!
I think she deserves it. She did a great job. That just doesn't happen. Apparently that just never happened. And Jamie Lee Curtis credits that movie with actually launches the rest of her career. And so she, she's very grateful. But that was hugely generous of Schwarzenegger. But she is outstanding.
She kills it.
in this thing.
She kills it.
She nails it to the wall. Anything else?
We covered a lot there.
I think so too. I'm hoarse.
Let's not tell them how it ended.
I'm not going to.
Okay, good.
So damn lucky. See you next time.
Hey, that was good.